Today's agenda, map stage availability, fall 2020 release, market simulation initiatives and timelines. We'll revisit known issues of ADS and some troubleshooting tips to access ADS. We'll also cover a few known issues for DRRS and masterfile, and then talk about initiatives individually. Map stage availability is available on portalmap.kaiser.com.
Yeah.
There are no map stage maintenance currently that are listed, other than the brief interruptions that are mentioned. Can we please mute our lines if you're not having a question or trying to ask something? So there are some brief interruptions in map stage on 21st of August for CMRI, OSS, master file database, DRRS, UI, and API. And then there's a couple of maintenance on 28th of August for ADS, UI, and API, and CMRI, UI, API for the fall 2020 release deployment. Our weekly maintenance window is generally Friday. We don't have anything scheduled yet, though, except these brief interruptions. These are our market simulation initiatives and the timeline.
This is Andrea Lewis from Southern California Edison. A quick question on the Friday outage tomorrow for DRRS. Will it extend into the weekend, or is it only during the Friday?
We are thinking it's a brief interruption, but I'll let Trang expand a little bit on that.
Hi, Andrea. Thanks for the question.
Hey.
So we are not planning for that to extend through the weekend. Our intention is to leave the application available on the UI and API side, and then those will, again, just have a brief interruption, so you may notice a brief disconnection of up to a few minutes or so, and then you should be able to retry, and that should, we're going to aim to complete that in the early in the day, and then we will also have the settlement Twitter account provide an update when that system maintenance is complete.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for the question.
Perfect. Any more questions on this? All right, moving on. So we have completed all the projects in phase 1 for structured testing. We have a few issues for structured scenarios for automated dispatch system replacement for a few market participants, and we'll try to accommodate their requests on settlement days, whichever are available. Our phase 2 market simulation testing is starting on 25th. We have 2 projects in that: market settlement timeline transformation and access behind the meter production. Any concerns on this? Any questions? Okay, moving on. These are the following known issues, the list that we have till now for ADS. Continuous alarm change to repeat every X seconds, still open. We don't know, we're still investigating on when we can provide the fix. Second, trajectory grid shrinks, it's open, the fix will be available on 28th. Reset audio profile does not refresh automatically, 28th. Multiple criteria not saved, it only persists the last filter condition when user relaunch the client. We are going to provide the fix on 28th. Advanced filter does not persist all the applied filter in several cases. Again, the fix will be available on 28th. The next 2, we don't know when the fix would be available yet. We're still investigating on how much time it will take. where column picker should not sort list of checkboxes alphabetically, validated and validated by columns, are keeping updating for batches other than operating instructions. AS test column on interval grid shows active for SEs without AS test instructions. We will provide the fix on 28th of August for that. Moving on. Here are some troubleshooting tips to access ADS. Check your firewall settings, clear the browser cache and cookies. Pop-up blockers on your browsers may lead to issues accessing KAISO ADS. If you use a pop-up blocker, you must whitelist the KAISO domain, kaiso.com. Here are a few known issues for DRRS and master file. I would like to talk a little bit more about issue number 10 for master file. We had a few issues few errors related to the GRDT version 13 file. We would urge all the market participants to please use fall 2020 release GRDT version 14 file. The file will be available tomorrow, 21st of August. Any questions here? Okay, moving on. As I said, master file GRDT version 14 submissions. We have this new file available tomorrow. Please submit the GRDT version 14 to MapStage master file via the UI/API. Here are the links for the UI and API that you can access. Click to go to the location. And here are the following changes that were made to the GRDT file 14.0 version.
Hi, Ashman. This is Chen Yu from PG&E. I do have a question about this.
Go ahead.
On the previous slide, you mentioned that the GRDT version 14 is available tomorrow. I thought it's already available.
Hi, Chen Yu. This is Chang. I'll take this. So yes, the clarification is that when we opened up the MapStage master file for fall release, which supports the new GRDT version 14, it caused an error if you were using the old version of the GRDT version 13. So in production and in MapStage, we would support two versions of the GRDT. So we would expect that both versions be supported, and you should be free to use the old version as well. But nonetheless, the fall promotion did introduce an issue with the older version, and the maintenance tomorrow in MapStage will fix the errors that are associated with using the previous GRDT version. So yes, GRDT version 14 remains available since MapStage was open, and so that continues to work, and that's fine. We're addressing the issue with the previous version. And then the next slide is just a reminder, because we are looking to to customers to submit and provide feedback on the master file fall code base. And we haven't seen very many submissions of the GRDT in MapStage. So this is just a reminder and a request from the ISO side for the customers to use version 14 and submit that via the UI and the API, just so that we can monitor those requests and also see if there's any issues that customers are experiencing submitting that new version through the UI or the API. So I hope that helps. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you, Trang, for the details. Moving on.
Hey, Anshuman. Vipul here from California Edison.
Hey, Vipul. Go ahead.
Can you go back to the issue slide for DRRS? Yeah, so the number 11, the way we tag in production. So are we on track for tomorrow's fix?
Hi.
Frank, could you answer?
Hi. We have that fixed in-house right now, and our team is currently working to finish the full validation of that before we promote that into map stage. And as of right now, we are on track to move that fix into map stage tomorrow. And again, if you connect with the settlements Twitter account, we'll provide an update when that fix is in.
Okay, so post the fix, will you be providing new visuals for this?
And I was actually going to pull up an update because we actually did update so for DRRS in general, we did upload a new tech spec or an updated tech spec today with some clarifications. And so this is for, let's see, the registration request, demand response registration. So I will have to get back to you, Vipul, about the documentation that's associated with that and whether or not we needed to update the artifacts and the tech spec. And I'll respond to you today on that.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Any more questions here? Okay, moving on. We have completed the ADS replacement project, market some scenarios. We have a few market participants who wants to rerun a few of the scenarios, which we will do our best to accommodate. If you want to go through additional training materials, they're available on the following links. We have 2 parts for training. So I would urge you, market participants, to please go through that training. For order number 841, requested adjustments. The structured scenarios have been performed and settlement processing is in progress for those structured scenarios right now. There's also training material available at the following link. Energy storage and distributed energy resources phase 3 project. We performed the structured scenarios on August 19. It is also complete. The setup needed was to do some bit modification so that the award can be put on the PDR LSR resources. There is also training material available for this particular project. Any questions for this project? Is there any response on, because we just performed the markets and scenarios for this project, that's why I wanted to know market participants' response on if everybody was able to perform this test. Okay, moving on. Some few details about energy storage and distributed energy resources phase 3 CERA changes. The PDR LSR consumption resources are not eligible for resource adequacy. CERA will not allow PDR LSR consumption resources to submit a request for NQC. Phase 2 market settlements timeline transformation project. We are going to perform the structured scenarios on 25th of August. The cutover for this project is on 24th of August, corresponds to production trade day of 1/1/2021. Phase 2 MSTT and excess behind the meter production structured scenario first settling trade day will be 25th of August. The training materials for this project. Go ahead, Junior.
Yeah, can you go back to page 13? The last page.
Right.
I feel like there's something maybe we.
This one?
Okay. All right, thank you. Sorry.
Okay. As I was saying, the training material is available at the following link for the MSTT project. For excess behind the meter production, The structured scenarios will be performed parallel with the MSTT project on 25th of August. I would like to remind the market participants that you need to submit the meter data by 28th of August for initial statement and 2nd of September for the recalc statement. Excess behind the meter will be, the cutover will be done with the MSTT project on trade day 24th, corresponding to production trade day 1/1/21. Phase 2 structured scenarios first settling trade day is 25th of August. Training material for this particular project is available at the following link. As we discussed earlier, Energy Imbalance Market Enhancement 2020, we will not be performing structured scenarios for this test. We have a guide available on the website to perform the scenarios as needed by the market participant. This project has been broken into 2 phases. First phase will be deployed on 31st of August, and the second phase on 21st of September. Commitment cost and default energy bid enhancements. We welcome market participants to do testing on this project from July 27 to September 4th. Commitment cost enhancement tariff clarification. We welcome market participants to do the testing from 27 to September 4th. DOTT project has been completed. The structured scenarios have been tested. Any training material, any scenarios that you want to test further, please let us know. We can perform the scenarios for market participants. The training documents are available at the following link. We'll have our next teleconference on Monday, August 24th at 2 p.m. I will open up the floor for anybody, any market participants, if you have any questions.
Yeah, this is Justin Wolf from Pacificorp. Can you hear me?
Yes, Justin, go ahead.
I was reviewing some of my tickets for the ADS feedback for the new ADS system. One of the things that I had reported was not listed. I don't know if it's a defect or bug, but intertie transactions are all listed as ITIE as the resource type, even if they're, so there's a difference between ITIE and ETIE. I don't know if that is a design implementation or what, but it seems that it's different for things such as like ETSRs, such as EIM base, EIM dynamic. Export is ETIE, import is ITIE. However, that's not the same as what is being shown and displayed for intertie transactions.
Thank you, Justin. This is Feddos. Let me, yes, this is still waiting on my queue, and we will be reviewing it and we'll get back to you, if not by end of the day today, maybe by end of the day tomorrow. So we still don't know it is an issue or not. We are still looking into it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Justin, for those. Any more questions?
Oh, I do have a question, Ashman. This is Chen Yu. So for the next week, the excess behind the meter production, also we expect a RISIS report, which is NEG something. It's about the excess behind the meter performance. I kind of forget whether I don't recall seeing specifics is that a daily report? So that means if after we submit the meter data, we shall be able to see the report in Oasis a day after, or how soon we can see the report in Oasis after the meter submitted?
Thank you for the question, Chinyu. Is there anybody from Kaiser side who wants to take this question? All right, Chinyu, we'll get back to you on this particular question. Do you have a CD ticket for this?
No, I don't. Just thought about it, and I'll open a CD ticket and submit after the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, any more questions on here? Thank you, everyone, for joining the call. We'll talk to you in the next meeting on Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.